All right, guys, we live.
Oh, that's a jank.
All right, so we're getting on today's topic. Today's topic is about what somebody said online, and I'm gonna play a snippet of the video for you guys to see what's going on with it. So I'm gonna play the snippet here real quick.
I'm having audio problems.
See it every single day.
You capping right now.
We see it every single day. Women have
Doing
no
it right now.
about themselves. They will tell you how you a pookie, how you this, how you that. We see it every.
Can everybody see this video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this the video of the topic, guys, and we can listen to what he had to say, and we can respond to that.
Calm down,
y'all. Come on, y'all. We see it every single day.
You capping right now.
We see it every single day. Women have
Doing
no
it right
problem about themselves. They will tell you about how you ain't nothing, how you a pookie, how you this, how you that. We see it every single day. Every day we see it.
But they're babbling. Nobody's listening to the stupid shit.
You know what the problem is? I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Mr. Lego, you don't see them as a threat.
I always say that women aren't threatening.
No, they are. They are. Any group of people that come together to push forward an agenda or to stand forward on something are you can't stop them. You cannot stop them.
That's a lie. Unless they got men backing them,
bro. And one of the reasons is that we don't see them as a threat, which makes them even more of a threat. And that's the reason why we finding men on the tail end of trying to play. And you see Save Yourself Black Man and Passport Bros and all of these other types of groups that's coming along, because now guys are banding together in order to get away, because we've already let our community fail by not dealing with it accordingly if we want to look at them as children, right? And so, in my opinion, I believe that women are much more of a threat today than any men are, than any group of people, any alphabet community. I think that women are the biggest threat to not only men, but to humanity.
Agreed.
I think
I have a question.
Where you see
men
society,
are over all of that.
Where you see
That's a whole
society
lot.
going today. Listen, I have no doubt in my mind that it is a strong possibility that we will see a woman as a president within the next 8 years.
Nowhere here.
Hey, listen. They are taking over the world.
No, sir.
And there is nothing you can do about it as an
be a gay
individual.
president, not a woman president. It's going to be
And
a
let
gay
me tell you
dude.
something. They
Gay
already
already
had that.
They taking
got
over
power,
Congress.
not women.
They taking over our House of Representatives. They taking over every legislative branch. They taking over the mayor. They becoming governors. They taking over your jobs. They taking over your households. They run your community. They determine bro. Do you realize that Black women and women in general are the ones that determine who gets elected, who not? They're the swing voters. They're the determining factor for who it is that gets into office. Who's going to be your leader? They're the ones that get you in the office.
All right, guys, that's the video. So what y'all think about that?
Nobody want to start. I guess I can, because I don't look at it like that. I don't look at women as a threat. What's going on in the world today? We got more women being successful, more women standing up, doing their thing. And so now you got more on the playing field like us. They doing exactly like us. They cheating like us. They running businesses like us. They're just moving up in the world. No different than the gay society is getting big. There's a lot of different avenues now. But if you carry yourself, we stop getting locked up. We stop trying to get the fast money. Some of us Black men, not all. We stop trying to get the fast money. We stop doing the illegal thing. then it'll still be a lot of black men out here to compete in all those different levels. But hey, it's a playing field to me, so I have no problem with women making as much or more than me. I don't have no problem with them being in voting and everything. I don't feel them as a threat. I feel them as maybe they're competing like we are. So more power to them. What's so funny about that? Hello?
Hello, everyone.
So glad you could join us lately.
I was on.
We got to unmute yourself, Bree.
I hear.
I'm unmuted.
Bree as well. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Victoria.
Can y'all
I think Bree's still muted.
Yeah, Bree's still muted.
Yeah,
and
Bree.
Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Hello, happy Sunday to everyone. I honestly, from a woman's perspective, the man got to be confident in who he is. We're going to be a threat if we are assured and we know our rights, but we ultimately will submit to a man who know who he is. And we won't come across as a threat when you don't know your identity. So for me, naturally, a woman wants a strong, confident man, but when you are confident, not confident, broken, we will run all over you. So for me, it starts with that man knowing who he is from the beginning. I'll go back to Adam and Eve. Adam got out of his rightful place, and Eve was tricked. And guess what? She
Wait,
sucked him
what?
in. She sucked him in. Let's just be honest and real. She sucked him in, and guess what? It
So
started from
Adam got manipulated by a woman.
exactly from the beginning.
So that's
So for me, when that man is confident and assured who he is, it don't matter if she's the president or not. Me personally, I don't think a woman can run the country, and I'm a woman. That's just because we too emotional. Just being honest. However, if that man is confident and assured in who he is, we will submit to him with no hesitation. So we
I
will
don't
be
know about that.
a real woman. I'm talking about a real woman. Will submit to a man who is confident and assured in who he is. It don't matter if she make more money than him or not, because that confidence, it permeates through his spirit. So for
but
me, and I'm talking
Well,
about me, I'm
I
talking about
think
me,
that
woman,
varies from situation to situation.
right. But I'm just saying,
You
far
know,
as a real woman, he don't
I
have to
think
have all the money in the world. But if he's confident, babe, we can shape this nation together. I may have the money, you may have the vision.
it's a small percentage of y'all like that now.
Yeah, but
but
I'm saying from a woman's perspective, my perspective from a woman. I can't speak from everyone else. I'm talking about.
well,
I said from the beginning. If you don't know who you are, we will run over you. I said that from the
Oh,
beginning.
look. They ready to run over you though.
No,
Y'all, some of
right.
y'all make that a point to do that.
yeah,
I
and
think
why
You know,
is
I
that?
don't.
Because
That's y'all think that's cool if we did that?
well, no, I didn't ever say it was cool. But what I'm saying is, if that man know who he is, he won't allow a woman to run over him.
Do women really want men to use
no.
masculine, they true masculinity, dog?
You
A lot of us, from the looks of it, we're not small guys. Y'all really want us to use our masculinity. How y'all use y'all femininity? How y'all use y'all masculinity?
Well, no, I think it started from the beginning. Women, far as I'm gonna say, the black community and mothers, we were single mothers. We had to raise men to be hard. We had to be hard to the men. So when we do find a good man, we feel like we have to bring that baggage into the relationship because we always had to be strong. Now, that's something that needs to be a paradigm, to be honest, in the mind of a woman. When you do find a real man, but you're so broken and wounded, you bringing that over. I'm just speaking from experience because I was engaged with a man and I ran havoc over him because he was weak. I smelt it all over him, just to be honest. But because he didn't put me in my place, I got whatever I want. I manipulated him. I did. But when I got a real man like my husband, no, I'm gonna check you right then. Meaning that man. So it was up to me to submit to that, but I never saw that before in a healthy way, if that makes sense. You can have
So you,
masculinity and not use it healthy. It could
I
be
got a
more.
question. So do you think a woman is the weaker vessel?
When you say weak, or what you mean?
far as like
You better not say that word, boy.
like emotional, not emotional. I won't say more. Just a male versus a female. Like just they who they are as a person, and then their anatomy, just their anatomy.
You saying as far as gender role? Help me understand when you say weaker, because I'm weak in certain areas where my husband is strong at, in some areas he is weak at, and where I'm strong. So it comes with a perfect balance. So when you say weak, what do you mean by that? I
I
really
mean,
need.
I put this here on the situation. Let's say you and your husband's out. Do you think which is the easy target, you or your husband?
I am, because it's just the mindset of how people view women.
Right. So you will be considered the weaker vessel. So back to what Anton was saying, if all these women are getting into powerful positions, they're putting weaker people or weaker vessels in powerful positions, which in large will make the country that we're in a weaker country. If another country was looking at us and viewing us from afar, we're a country ran by women, and now we can attack this country and probably
I like that perspective.
Well,
I like that perspective.
to be honest, that's why
It's
it's so
straight to the
important
point. You know what I
that
mean?
people
It's very straight to the point.
that men
I
go
like that.
out their part and vote. You got to do the stats. Do men actually go out there and vote? Black men, do they do that, or they say my vote is not going to count because A, B, C, D, E, F, G? So it got to be a cause and effect of, okay, you saying all these things, but are you doing your part and effort so our country won't be weak? Our country weak with a man in it, right? Let's just be
But you
honest,
know,
real.
the women empowerment movement really forces its way through the network of society and pushing themselves. They like the empowerment movement. They don't want the dirty jobs. They don't want the plumbers, the storm drain guys, the oil riggers. Women don't want to be that. They want all the powerful positions: legislative, judicial branch, CEOs, CFOs. They want all the powerful positions, and at the same time, while wanting all these powerful positions, that's been pushed. That's a narrative been pushed. And now if they don't get those positions, they fight. And they fight, they get on social media, they get on other media outlets and say they're being disenfranchised because they're not getting these positions.
Mm-hmm. So
So
gender.
Everybody got a role in society to actually play, man. I think a lot of times um, women try to overstep their roles that they should play in society. Like as men, we have roles we should play as well, and we know that there's obviously there's an agenda that's being pushed. Right, we should be able to recognize that and be able to counter it because without a man, a woman can't get too much stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And it be complete. Without a woman, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to do certain things, but we got to realize that we're together, man. At the end of the day, we got to stick and stay together. All of this, when it comes to this women empowerment, man, it's kind of shunning men, whether or not we're masculine or not, to be real. And it's putting us in a position to where we just have to kind of let them do their thing and watch them self-destruct.
Hmm.
right. So you're saying so what you said about me in that situation? What happened?
Well, in this type of situation, it don't matter whether we're masculine or, you know, a beta male or what. It don't matter whether we're masculine or we're a beta male, wherever the situation is. Alpha, beta, we still fighting against a movement that's feminine based. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of difficult to.
So
And
that go
it's.
back to the point what he was saying in the video that they're much of a threat because of the movement.
I don't want to say that they're. I don't want to use the
Right.
word threat. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I love my women. So I don't want to say threat, but you
likewise.
know how you can tell a woman to do something and you know it's right for them. You know what I'm saying? It's in their best interest. They're still gonna go out there and do it themselves, and you gotta let them kind of like it's like self-sabotaging themselves. So you gotta let them run out, do what they got to do, man. When they see it don't work, then they'll come for help. You feel me? It's a situation where you know they have to know their role at the end of the day. You feel me?
That seems like they're like it's getting further and further away from their roles.
Agreed.
They want to redefine the roles.
Right, and that's the problem. Yeah.
in certain situations.
Yeah, I mean, what would be the situations? I mean, what situation would you know? They want it all. We
So
know
They want it
women
all.
want it all,
I'm saying certain situations.
they deserve it too. They'll work for it. They deserve it.
I'm saying certain situations, as far as if I'm driving and I get a flat tire, I'm not going out there and changing the tire.
But the
So
feminine movement, they need to. The way they act, they need to go ahead and change that
Right.
title. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
Right.
just at me personally, I still see that as a man role. I
Right, right.
role of a man as well as a woman. So for me, I'll call AAA or I'll call my husband. I'm not getting out there to go change. I'm not taking out no trash because it's a gender role, especially when I'm raising young men. So
Right.
for
Right.
me, I'm not taking out no trash. I'm not doing that. I'm not changing no tire. I don't care nothing about no feminine. I'm not doing
Is,
it.
You talking about
is it a
traditional roles? So you talking about traditional roles, but
Right.
are the majority of women traditional? Like, let's be for real. Majority of women right now, it's not traditional.
Right.
half of
Most
them
of
don't
them
even
are.
cook? Some of them don't
Right.
even cook these days. Who the fuck? I got a woman. Anyway, that's so my bad. But yeah, I mean, when we start hauling these gender roles, if we're gonna do gender roles, then we got to do it to the fullest. Then yeah, we're
Right.
gonna bring on the bacon and whatever, but we want y'all to cook it. We want y'all to be submissive. Because some of y'all black women, when you get a little power up under your skin, you ain't submissive no more. I don't give a damn if I beat you. You still ain't gonna be submissive. Some of y'all think, oh my God, whew, I'm sorry, I'm just venting on this dating world. I see it. You know,
Hey,
I meet a lot of successful women, and then this one girl I met, she's like, oh, I'll be submissive, but my man, he need to make 7 figures, so fuck 6 figures no more. Now, anyway, you gotta make 7 figures. You can't have no kids and all this stuff. Like what the girl? Where you gonna find somebody
But
for 40
did she
years?
have
And
kids?
no,
they
she don't
don't
have any
realize
kids.
that's only 1%
Okay,
of
so
men
why would a
that do
woman want to
that.
deal with a man that got children? I don't. I got
Well,
one
first
child, and
you
she's
gotta be
18.
open. You
I
gotta
don't
be
want to deal
open.
with no
Look,
man that
like
got kids.
you gotta settle. I mean, not settle. Excuse me, not settle, but you gotta compromise. Because trust me, I promise you, you probably ain't gonna have everything a man want. We want ass, titties, or a good heart. At least bring some food to the table. And I know
Right?
most women don't have all that, but we gonna settle.
Well,
We gonna be like, look,
I mean,
you little booty,
that's
but we still
understandable.
gonna talk to you. What?
I want to be equally yoked, so I don't want to mess with a man that's got children. He got all this extra baggage. I don't got time for that.
But y'all still carrying around baggage from your ex. Oh, he used to choke me, so I'm scared. Anytime somebody lift their hand up.
Right. They got a little trauma.
Well, I see a
most
lot of
women in
women
society
with
do
trauma.
have a lot of trauma. Most women in society
Lot
do
of
have a
trauma.
lot of trauma. Like from
Yep.
all multiple relationships,
I,
they done been in through their life between 20 to about 35. Most women are traumatized, especially if they've never been married and they go through relationship to relationship to relationship. They carry more and more baggage from every situation that they've
Yep.
been in. It's
and, and
And,
crazy.
then
and
and then everybody it all comes down to preference. Everybody has their preference, right? I don't want a woman that had no kids. I want a man that don't have no kids. That's cool, right? But when you get about 50 and those pickings get slimmer, and you gonna start realizing like, yo, okay, that dude right there, he don't look that bad with them 3 kids and them 4 kids. When you see how well he got himself put together, because statistics show
right.
that black men in general, they can have, you know what I'm saying, 3, 4, 5 kids and take care of them kids and still run everything smooth. Now, same way as women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So and have everything together, make all the money, whatever. At the end of the day, it's your preference, but understand that your preference go have you alone.
that's
Be
right.
picky. You feel me?
That's right.
You be picky, you go be alone for real.
Right, for real.
Mhm.
How long can you continue to be picky? That's gonna be the
Right.
thing. And that's what a lot of them don't realize. You can't be picky, but until you're already 45 or 55 years old, you're not gonna be able to get the same men that you used to be getting.
Right.
That just don't make no
Oh, younger
sense.
then. Get the young ones. The young ones like older women. So what? Go backwards. The older ones don't want you. Go backwards. What you talking about?
How far down are you going now?
Cause we like them younger ones. The older we get.
She said, get the naive ones. She said, get them naive ones. They gonna fall for the trap.
Me personally, you got to make 6 figures. I make 6 figures. You got to have the same type of free time I got because I have free time. I'm not gonna.
I thought you said free time.
I gotta go pick up my kids, or I got my kids this afternoon, so we can't do this, or the mama dropped off the kids, or the mama keep calling my phone. There's none of that going on in my circle, so I want the same thing from whoever I'm with. Like, how hard is that to ask when I'm bringing the same thing to the table?
I mean, but it's only like 1% of men that make $100,000, and that's my black. And that's all men. Then now you gotta break that down.
1%. Alice, I don't know if it's 1%.
I think the percent is larger, man. I think social media.
It might be 10%, 10 to 15%.
I think
but
social media got these
more
unrealistic expectations, man.
And look, 6 figures ain't no money these days. So
and then you gotta think about what city you in too. What city you in? Because
yeah,
there's gonna be a percentile in certain cities. It might vary in different places.
I'm still on welfare. I'm still on welfare.
I was on welfare, but I'm in Houston.
So what percent of men? What percent of men in Houston are $100,000? And then you got to think about this: if them men making $100,000, what are they looking for in a woman?
Some good sex.
The thing the woman looking for is stability.
And for her to be quiet and not.
They got their own bags.
Yeah, men have their own preference in what they want. If they gonna make $100,000, if a man work hard enough to make $100,000, he want to get the kind of woman he wants.
$100,000, they're whores. Most of us whores.
That's not true. That's not true.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
Well, look, we're not hard. We're just looking for the right one. That's not true.
Right, you ain't finna drive no car up the lot without texting you, did you?
Right. But I tell you, when women, like I said, I love to see women being good and being successful. But a lot of it, most of the time, go to their head. You know, they don't want to do the thing that the woman that don't make too much money will do.
What's she supposed to do?
I'm just saying, and sometimes you got to be a little submissive, right? I'm not telling you to walk on on your knees and your hands and bark like a dog, but I am asking you to cook sometimes. I can't take you out to dinner every damn day.
I'll be something to eat. I'll be nice to you.
You know. Oh shoot! Oh, I see. Back on the topic.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get ready to switch this thing over and get another topic. I got probably another video I'm gonna pull up, and we can take a view of it and see what it is. We lost Jason for a minute. He said his phone tripping. We'll see if we can get him back on camera. All right, so I'm gonna get the new video. Now, this is what most women be saying these days, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this video and see what y'all think about this one.
Woman like me.
I'm going to answer it based on your last sentence. Your last sentence was handle a woman like me. Let's look at the average man's life like I just discussed earlier, how difficult it is, how competitive he has to be, and how many problems he has to fix. Do you think he wants to handle any woman? Like the idea of any degree of problem. The point of having a woman as a man, for me at least, is for her to be my peace and quiet. My life is stress. You see me, I'm rolling around with fucking security teams, and I got problems, and they're after me, and when I come home to my chick, the last thing I want to do is have to handle anything. I want her to just sit the fuck down and her make me happy. She used to be my positive energy. She used to be my sunshine in the rainstorm.
Okay.
So you're talking about him handle you. I don't know. I can't answer the question exactly, but if you're sitting there constantly arguing over small points or correcting him or that, he's probably thinking, this is a battle. I don't have the energy for another fight.
Please, sir, can you help me out? I'm trying to find.
All right. So everybody get a chance to see that.
Yeah.
So y'all think a man should have to handle a woman when he come home? Because most women these days say they can't. Men can't handle them.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be
I
trying to
walk
handle
right
them in the
through.
first place. It shouldn't be all that in the
Right.
first place. Like you said, man, it should be, they should be our peace. You know what I'm saying? It should be, the calm in the storm. But unfortunately, that's not how it is most of the time.
I do have a question. I know a lot of
Yeah.
times men have a standard for a woman far as we want her to be submissive, we want her to be calm, be this peace to his storm. But do you actually communicate what that looks like to you to a woman being submissive? A lot of times people, including women, go into friendships, situationships, and you be intimate with this person prior to you relating your standard. So what does that mean when you say, I want you to be my peace, when you never communicated to her what peace looked like to you?
I mean, a peaceful household is just not being combative, like argumentative. Like most people don't want to come home, have to come home from work and have to argue about something that's probably minute, according in the household. So most of the time, most guys don't want to come home and argue. You know what I mean? We know arguments do happen. That we're all human, so we're not saying that an argument's never gonna happen. One thing we want to do is come home to a peaceful household. Maybe sit down and get something to eat. If you got children, discipline the children or do the things that you need to do to say to the children as far as scheduling and things in your household. Things like that.
So peace is no arguments. You want the house to be ran a certain type of way. Could peace mean giving you just a hug as soon as you come home from work, knowing that you know had a stressful day and you have to fight the outside world, and I'm just giving you a hug and just giving you affirmations? Is that considered peace? I guess my
Well,
question
that's
is,
positive reinforcement right there. We love that.
Yeah,
but
right.
that's what I'm saying.
What? Some head? Some head?
But
What you talking about?
but is that
Positive reinforcement.
but is that something being communicated after we done got in the bedroom, rather than that's something communicated that you have as a standard as a man? Because I know I hear a lot, we want a woman to submit, but what does submission look like to you? It
Well, I
may
think it's uniform. As a woman, you think a man should provide. That's uniform, right? It's not something that has to necessarily be communicated in the household. You already know, like I'm a breadwinner. I'm bringing the meat back home to the family. So it's like I think communication is 100% important, right? It's important, but I feel like I said, to go back to our roles, we do have roles here that makes us cohesive. And as a woman, you're supposed to be gentle and calm anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to automatically make us handle and talk to you in a certain manner. Um, Totally different to how we handle folks out here in society for real. As far as communication, of course, like you said, that's something that should be primary, and I feel like I agree with you on that. But as far as having to explain play by play how you desire your woman to handle situations, I don't think it's necessary because we automatically come equipped wanting to take care of the family.
some men.
Most
Yeah.
men.
I'm gonna say some
Most man.
the whole thing.
Rick,
Some,
Immature men out there.
huh?
There's a lot of immature men out there that haven't fully
Facts.
Yeah.
understand what's going on. But
And let
most of
me
these
tell
men
you,
come from single homes.
right.
Most of these men come
Hey,
from single
I really like
homes.
what Rick said, and you're right. We do have a uniform. However, I think guys we lack in the communication department, right? And sometimes there's a simple things because when you come home, Rick, you might just want her to say, "Hey, babe, give you a kiss." When I
Correct.
come home, because everybody's different, I may want you to drop down to your knees and take care of me. Everybody is different, right? So you gotta
Facts.
adjust to your spouse or your mate. I tell these girls this all the time. Like, you may have a freaky man that need it all the time, or you may have a man that don't need it all the time. But whoever you get with, you're gonna have to do some little fine tuning. But you're right. There is a basic foundation that we all should have, where the man should be providing, the woman should, okay, if he is providing, let me help out with washing his clothes for him and so on like that. It should be some basic uniform. However, in the world we live in today, some of this stuff got to be a little fine-tuned, right? Because I can take you out to dinner every week, but if I'm gonna take you out to dinner every night, then maybe I want to take care of in the bedroom every night. So I do think there's a uniform, but I know for sure, because I've been in it always, that you're gonna have to tune to your fine self, to what you like, because all of us guys on here don't like the same thing when we come home. And like I said, I may need peace by another way, and you may need peace by going out with your friends, or being able to just go in a room, playing your game system, or just sleep. So I think that there does have to be a little tuning with it.
Right. So basically, it starts with communication from the beginning before you establish going into the. Because this person may not have the capacity to give you that peace, but that was something that you saw 5 years prior. But you stayed because now we done had kids, or we done became, what's the word I'm looking for, codependent on one another. So I saw the red flags from the beginning in that man or in that woman. But because I didn't communicate my form of peace, and I'm bringing it from my old relationship, like you said, that trauma from the old relationship, because I raised my hand, that mean I'm finna hit you, but I'm bringing it into the new relationship because I never communicated that I was beaten. Or so I just think it does start with communication from the beginning, your standard. And if this person can meet that capacity, that's okay. It's just not okay for me. And so I think that's what plagued the Black community when it comes to relationships and having healthy relationships, because we don't go in with the standard. We lower our standards to accommodate. And that's the issue in any relationship.
So you think the issue right now in our community is we're lowering our standards as far as communicating and and respecting each other as in a cohesive relationship.
Correct. We don't go in, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, I have this boundary, A, B, C, D, F, G. We just think with the mindset, oh, he not gonna cheat on me. And when he do, but you never communicate your boundary when it comes to cheating or her cheating. You just assume that they weren't gonna cheat.
I mean, that come with trust though. You can't assume anything. You got to gain trust in your partner to understand and know that they're not going to cheat on you. But most of the time, in the back of these women head today, they automatically thinking men going to cheat on them. This has been bred to and told to women from generation to generation to generation. In actuality, men and women cheat about almost at the same rate.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it goes back to
I mean, be real. Go ahead.
Physical. It don't always have to be physical. We have to really do a paradigm about what we be eating. It can be emotional, which is to the depth and rip a person apart. All I'm saying is, I can't come in expecting a person to not cheat if I never communicate in that form my standard, my boundary. I can't assume that if I don't communicate. And then when it happens, well, you should have known. What did you tell me? Because what might work with pork chop ain't working with biscuit. Biscuit might allow it, but pork chop don't.
Yeah, but hold now, I'm gonna go on back to Rick on that one because now some of this stuff should be uniform. Now damn well you can't say you in a relationship and be like, oh, I know I couldn't cheat and mess with other girls. We all know that you're supposed to cheat. But yes, there is some things that we may need to communicate about because we don't want to see you putting on a pad and some white panties going to sleeping in the bed and you not know. There's no teaching, there's no book on relationships and communication you know, people figure it out from their family, or they figure it out from the streets, or they just concoct something in their head and they follow it. But we all know some moral foundations are not cheating. You can't beat your woman. Oh, I didn't know I used to slap another woman. I think we know those basic things.
Right.
We should know, but the trauma said it's okay.
Man, that's what, and the music says it's okay. We talking about the Cardi B's, the Meg the Stallions,
Exactly.
the Trinas. You know what I'm saying? The Lil Kim.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We put that as normal. That is not normal. Like, and our children listen to this and they grow up thinking that it's okay, but because we didn't teach our children the importance of boundaries and healthy communication and what's toxic and not toxic, we go in saying, oh, pork chop allowed me to get beat on. That's how Tina Turner mama, it was all about money and fame. That's why she got beat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But
How she came from
and then you go in thinking that is healthy. That is not healthy. You see what I'm saying? And then we birth a generation of trauma. And it's all because morally we thought, why would you allow your daughter to get beat? But money was saying, take the money and turn the other cheek.
So you saying, you know, households can be led by money.
Well, we know that the love of money is the root of all evil. It is
right.
The love of it will make you do some detrimental things to your family, your friends, and everybody else. The love of it. So what I'm saying is we have to do a true paradigm about what we view as standards and how we have to confront certain things and quit putting the Band-Aid on it and expecting to heal when you need surgery, if that makes sense. So for me, it's just in the community, I see it all the time that people go in with an expectation that Alex should know, Rick should know, y'all should know, but I never communicated it. Like I said, what worked for pork chop didn't work for watermelon. So I can't assume when you don't meet that standard. Now I'm frustrated and angry and disappointed because I never communicated. I assumed you should have known.
Right. I agree.
That's not life. It's going to force us to communicate, if that makes sense. Everybody grown until it's time to communicate. Let's just be honest and real.
Yeah.
But most people don't even know how to communicate. Like, what's the proper way to communicate
effective
without disrespecting each other? They don't know how to do this.
Communication. That's right.
Right.
That's
right.
Effective
communication. People don't know how to do this. They don't. They think it's all the fun and games out here. Let's party. Right. Let's turn up. That's all. People always get together for a lot of different things. Just to have fun, but they don't know how to get together when it's time to get together and build something and go from there and effectively communicate what we're doing here and why we're doing this and things like that.
Could your circle expose could your circle, meaning your people around you, expose a lot about you?
I mean, expose what? What are you talking about? Expose
when you say communication, a lot of people don't know how to communicate. Could the people around you expose how you communicate? Because if you are an effective communicator, it's because you're around people who possibly effective communicate. If you're around people who are toxic, it's because your atmosphere is toxic. If you're around thriving people, you're going to thrive. If you're surviving, you're going to just survive. So when I say your circle, meaning who is around you, are they going to challenge you to become an entrepreneur? Are they going to challenge you to be an educator or be an advocate, a mentor? Do your circle really expose a lot about you and your intellect?
Oh, most men do that. Most men, as far as my circle, most men do that naturally to each other. We always always push each other. That's what we're built to do. We are built to push each other. Most men are competitive, and that's in our nature. So we always going to communicate each other and compete. That's part of our nature.
Some men, Alex.
I agree.
I agree with you 100%. Some men, that's why I said, do your circle really expose? Because you got some people that all they do is talk about sex in their circle. And that's what they lean on. They talk about drugs and how we can chop it up, serve it up, and mix the baking soda. That's all they talk about. So these type of conversations, they can't even fathom, comprehend because they're carnal.
Mm.
But some people had to go to the box class in high school. Somebody was in that box class in the first row.
Yeah, but the circle does expose a lot. That's all I'm saying. It
Yeah.
literally exposes a lot about where you're going, how you talk, how you handle yourself spiritually, mentally, intellectually, financially, socially. You know, it really exposes. That's all I'm saying.
What'd you say, Tyreek?
I think I know, to go back to communication, you know, setting those expectations. A lot of times, you go as a man, you know, I consider myself to be pretty honest when it comes to communicating and talking to women. So I kind of let them know what's up front. They get so caught in the physical, they get so caught up in, you know, in the material, the physical, and everything, to where they kind of accept. I seen some accept anything, or they'll accept something that as a man you probably wouldn't expect for them to accept. You know what I'm saying? That's accountability. If you know somebody incompatible for you, right? You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of be able to walk away from that, whether you want to stay or not. You feel me? Um, and on both sides, men and women, that puts when you know someone's incompatible, yet you still want to kind of
Make it work.
try, yeah, that's when it becomes toxic. And that's
Yes.
we got to hold each other accountable on both ends to be able to identify if they don't meet your needs, if that's not something that you would normally allow. You know what I'm saying? You need to walk away. If not, you know, you causing more heartache on yourself, you know, by staying in it. And a lot of times, it's a lot of women that's like that. You know what I'm saying? I think men are
Guys too.
more stern. I think men are more. Yeah, it definitely some guys like that can't get what they want when it comes to women all the time. But when you run across guys that are socially thriving, that have, you know, that don't have slim pickings and stuff, they can kind of sift through. Oh no, I'm cutting her off. Some women, man, they don't know how to do that. But I think both sexes can work on that still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost. I mean, because this is so like easier said than done, right?
Facts. Yeah.
Because let's just say, like, if it was you got 3 kids, you're raising 3 kids. One of your child is terrible. This motherfucker bad. Don't listen, getting in trouble. You got 2 other kids. Can you really walk away from that third kid so that you can raise them other 2 great? Can you just say, you know what? Hey, put them in a shelter. Goodbye. I need to focus on my other 2. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't
Facts.
do that. To say the thing, you
Right.
know. So that's no different than when you're in love with somebody. You know, I didn't put up with some weird shit. I love the girl, right? I mean, some of this shit just add up. I've been out in these streets. I know when shit add up and when it don't. And a lot of shit didn't add up. I stayed around. And Nick,
Mm-hmm.
and excuse me, I'm about to say that. But you know, I have variety. Trust me, I have variety. But I still stayed around this girl. And even my homeboy was like, man, just let it go, man. You got 7 other people lined up. But I was in love. I mean, I wanted to kind of hopefully I could see it through until I finally had to, you know, just say fuck it, man. Call up Brenda and let her get my mind off of it. But that's a hard thing to do. That's really hard to walk away from a loved one or somebody you didn't got connected with.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah, so people don't know how to quit. People don't know when to quit, but at the same time, people don't live. Some people just don't listen to other people because that's when, even when you, because most people talk about the new relationship they in, a new person they talk about at some point, maybe after second or third date, and you start telling the person about, you know, your friend or your family member about who this person is, and you start breaking down. And most of the time, a guy say or a woman say, "What happened?" What she said? Nah, bro, you gonna have to let that go, boy. That's a red flag. That's a red flag right there. We get the signs, we know that something is wrong or something off there, but most of the time we don't listen to our friends or our family, or we don't, or we just don't, or we ignore the red flag or the sign that we've been getting, and we just be with that person for whatever reason you are infatuated with them or love them in certain cases, but that's a detriment to us. I mean, some people end up having kids out of situations like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then next thing you know,
but
go ahead.
oh, and you know what? And a lot of people are scared of change. A lot of people stay in a job that pays less, but they know it's comfortable, it's cool. They know what time they're getting off every day instead of taking
Right.
a chance of getting a better job. Some people stay in towns. I know a cousin that's got a master's and couldn't find work in Jacksonville. Guess what? She's like, oh well, I just get do something else. She did all this schooling and education, and because she don't know outside of Jacksonville, Florida, so she was scared. She was scared to make a change. So guess what? She just, I'll do something else. And even though I got student loans and I got my master's, but I can't find work here in Florida. And so no different than women. Oh man, I didn't talk to some women that have been married and they don't even understand what they could be having. They fine. Oh my God. Some women so fine and smart, got it all. And they scared to go out in the outside world because they heard niggas that ain't shit. There's niggas out here cheating and all that. So they gonna stick into the battered, broke down man that they have when yes, it's a lot of players out here, but there's some good guys out here that truly want love. But guess what? They're so complacent, so fear of change or seeing something else, they just stick and they spend the rest of their life dealing with that when they could have been having a time of their life, but they were scared of change.
Yeah.
So you're saying most women operating out of fear instead of having an effective goal or effective plan to move forward out of an old situation.
Man. And they stay in it. They stay in it because they're scared of change. They stay in it because they don't want to look bad to their friends because I already got 3 kids with him, or I can tell you about a pretty successful girl. I should bring her on here. She's a civil engineer. And she done popped out 3 babies from this guy, and they married, and he do it any kind of way. But she got little kids, so like how she gonna look out there in the world, not with the husband anymore, and she got all these babies with him. I mean, she got 3 little kids too. I'm talking 9-month, 2-year, and a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So she put up with it, and it's so sad because she's a beautiful and smart, successful woman, and she like every time she calling me crying, but guess what? She stayed with him. So it breaks my heart to see guys and women, not just women. I ain't all the women too. Guys too. They stay in situations. This girl ain't working. She's stealing your money from you. Just because her ass is fat don't mean you need to stay with her. There's other women out here that can get like, oh yeah, but Jared, she take care of me when I come home. Man, fuck that shit. Like some people just don't understand. Oh, sorry, y'all. I got a lot of relationship history.
Come on, J. Rob. I see you're passionate about this though.
Cause I'm telling y'all, I meet some women that it breaks my heart that they go through the things they go through. When motherfucker, you fine and you got your own, and you still put up. Yeah, but I've been with him and I heard there's a lot of guys that cheat, so I just rather deal with what I got at home. You out your goddamn mind. When you love somebody, I'm sorry, I'm going on love now, but love will make you change. Let me tell you something. When you're in love with somebody, or infatuated too, you'll do some changing. Because everybody said, nah, you are who you are. Shit, I've been out these streets left and right. And when I met a good person, I turned it around. Because I didn't want to lose it.
Right.
You got something good, you don't want to lose it. You got $1 million in your pocket, you just ain't gonna hold your hand out the window while the car doing 100 and hopefully the money stay in your pocket. Nah, man, you may change. Sorry, that was my little vent. Y'all know I have a little vent.
Yeah, well, we let you ride on that. We let you ride on that one. Hey, welcome back, Jason Wise. Welcome back, Jason Wise.
Had some technical difficulties, man. My bad, man. Had to do some work over there.
We're back in here. We're back in here. So I'm gonna introduce another video
See
to the
y'all,
topic,
Anton.
and this will be the one to close us out, y'all.
I struggle with a man? Why would I be doing bad with a man when I can do bad all by myself, or I can do better by myself? You don't have teamwork skills. You don't work well with others. Bitch, you don't know how to communicate. Ho, you don't know how to operate in a household where everything don't just go your way. That is why you do better by yourself. Y'all mamas didn't tell y'all this part. They told y'all the first part, well, you shouldn't be struggling with a man. She didn't tell you that if you don't acquire the skills to work well with others, bitch, you won't be able to do better with others. This is why a lot of y'all don't understand the concept that you can be in a group or a team and things should be going better. But if y'all don't know how to organize, if you don't know how to manage emotions, if you don't got boundaries, you will use one another up. You will always feel like a victim if you don't have goals and the right mindset. If you can't take personal accountability for your choices, you will be in a space where it will feel like it's worse with a partner than it is by yourself.
Hey, so do y'all think that's true? That a lot of people don't know how to work well with others.
Yep.
I was gonna say
yeah.
that was one thing I was gonna hit. I was gonna say that I think that's a majority problem. I don't think that's a woman or a man problem. I think that's both. Especially when you talk about working with somebody. Half of us do things and really need help and don't really have nobody to reach out to get the help. So you talk about getting in a relationship with it, it's gonna be even worse. You're trying to become a kindred soul with somebody that you really don't even really know how to get along with for real. Even when I offer help to you, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna be like, "No, I got it." When all you have to do is say, "Okay, maybe you can help. Maybe see when the help can be needed." We don't know how to receive help, and a lot of us want to give help. you know,
Anybody want to
so I
add to
think
this?
it's the majority problem.
So I like to say,
I agree with what Sonny said.
Yeah, I agree. So is a couple of things. One, when I first meet somebody, unfortunately, it can't be on hard times because I don't know them. But if I met someone, I know they're a good person at work and they fell on hard times. I know they got the ambition. I know they got the plan. I know hey, I'm gonna ride with them. I'm gonna give my resources I have to help them get up on their feet because I mean, some of us then got a lucky, smooth life. I've got this job and I done some bad things and I moved up and I'm fortunate, right? Everybody ain't got that. Everybody ain't had that. Some people that made mistakes and they haunt you forever. Because I'll talk about felonies and all this stuff, right? So if I know somebody got a good heart, they together and show me that they trustworthy, they hard, they got good work ethics and all that. They fall on hard times because the job got cut off or something like that. I'm right there with them. I'm right there with them, and I'm gonna hold them down. And that's speak for my homeboys and a lady friend. I'll hold somebody down because you never know. I'm sitting pretty now, but I could be sitting ugly tomorrow or whatever. So I've just always believed in that. And the women that or the guys that want to sink by themselves and be like, oh no, I got it. And sometimes we all need a hand. It may just be you needed somebody to put their arm around your shoulder, or you just need somebody to talk to. But sometimes we all need a hand, someone to listen to, someone to give us a little advice, because we might not seen it at that angle. We think we smart enough, I'm this and that, but somebody giving it to you at another angle, you're like, damn, bro, I really needed to hear that. Okay, I appreciate that. And I'm telling you, you'll go a long way from that.
I like what you just said
That's
too, man.
how I
That
feel.
made a lot of, I talk about that all the time. Just people being people. You know what I mean? How you doing today? Everything all right? Just having a small conversation with somebody. A young boy, he might be a little trouble. Put your arm around his neck right quick, man. It's gonna be all right.
Right.
We don't do that no more. You know what I mean? And first of all, the young people think they know everything. You know what I mean? So let one of us older males try to go get a younger woman. Is
But
she gonna know how to work with you? She don't even know what she is. So
Mm.
it's a lot that go into that.
and man, hey, for the right person, somebody you trust, man, I know we have to put on armor suits, especially as black men. We have to go out in this world. But sometimes, man, this is why I still look for a wife, because every now and then, man, you gotta let your guard down. Get what I'm saying? You
Agreed.
even with our brothers, like we can't tell each other we love each other, or we too proud that we can't cry. Nigga hurt it. And instead of we hold that shit in, and then it make us go shoot up a store because we so upset. Like, hey man, sometimes you got that don't make me no punk, because I'll whoop every nigga ass out here. But every now and then, man, hey, I gotta let my feelings out, man. Hey, I need somebody to talk to, man, because I'm hurt. You
What
know?
you think the
And,
hood? What you think the hood full of? Is full of people that never get a chance to let they feelings out. They scared that. You know what I mean? So in my
yeah,
podcast, I actually kind of touch on these kind of subjects because it's important. We lost feeling. We lost touch with each other.
yeah,
That's the big
yeah.
problem. We lost touch with each other. Masculinity, femininity. Forget all that. Like, who are
I'm
we to
sorry,
each
y'all
other?
lost y'all.
Right. Right. And that's so important, man, because sometimes we turn into a pressure cooker, right? And I'm not suggesting or agreeing with some of the crazy shit people do out. But you think about it. You hold all that shit in because you're so tough. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to go to therapy. You don't want to just cry on somebody's shoulder. So you hold all that shit in. Next thing you know, your gun is in your hand and you're doing something stupid. Instead of just being able to talk, man. Like, it's
Hey,
people that
hey,
care.
hey.
Just show your feelings.
It explode off like the Black Panther outfit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
boom, because you've been bottling it all up.
yeah,
And that's what it is. It's
yeah,
no emotion. You know what I mean? Where's the love in the community, man?
yeah.
Where's the
Right,
love between man, a real love between man and woman?
Right.
right.
The
So I
real
went
love.
with this group.
Genuine,
I, hey, we
genuine. You
went
talking
to
about something
down.
genuine, authentic.
So what?
You went out,
Hey,
Alex.
We talking about where's the genuine authenticity out here, man. People ain't really authentic out here. And not only this, back to what she was saying. People don't know how to. We want to. We decide everything separate from the movement. They got all these
You
sayings
skipping,
out
big
here.
dog, big dog. You
No
skipping.
new
Skip.
yeah,
trends. Huh?
You skip.
Let's go. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Losing signal over here, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
over here
right. Look, we
losing
have one of my
signal.
problems.
yeah. Hey, so I did
How
an
I sound
event.
now?
This is social lady named Danny. I did an event with her where we went down. They had posters and everything. We handed out free hugs. White people was cool to hug. Black people like, whoa, I ain't gonna hug no nigga like that. Oh, I ain't doing that. Oh, what's the catch to this? You trying to scam me or something like that? Nah,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
We just giving out hugs. It was free hugs, and it was kind of awkward. Me and my homeboy like, what the fuck? But you get what? At the end of the day, man, we love that shit, man. We love
Right.
that shit. Just giving out
Where, where,
hugs. That's all.
where's the electricity with people when they tell you they doing a good job? Like when they create a company or LLC, we don't celebrate that.
Right,
We
right.
celebrate, but we will put on TV or I mean, excuse me, on our computers, on our laptops, and we will film the twerking sessions, the rap
Right.
sessions.
Yeah.
It's entrepreneurs, man. The love is gone. That's the electricity between people needs to come back together. That's the problem.
It has become normal.
It has to become normal to
So
love your neighbor.
normal to what society has deemed as love, if that makes sense. So it's the society and far as a systematic thing that they do. Media controls everything. You put something out there, it controls how we view everything. Just think about all the killings that can happen. You burning down your your neighborhood, because I live here in Tampa. You burn down uh, a shoe store that's in a black community. You didn't hurt them, you hurt your community. So it just goes back to it's a controlled system to get your mind so caught up emotionally to where you act out irrationally. So it just comes with, like you said earlier, as far as the hugging, it's just something that we have to have a paradigm in how we view things. Someone saying how you doing, that don't mean they want your money and trying to rob you.
Right,
But
right, right.
it can be,
Women, we do not just want to holler at you.
yeah, but it comes
We
with
are
Sometimes
saying
we
hi.
say, hey.
it, it comes with the paradigm. That woman, if you saying hello to me, hello, that don't mean you want me. Hello. And I'll
Right.
probably have a whole conversation with you. I probably, me personally, I would, because I'm an empath. So I feel everything that come by me. I know when you trying to talk to me. I ain't that
Right,
dumb stupid.
right,
It is. You know
right,
when a man trying to talk to you, like you know when a woman is trying to talk to you. It's
right,
just we need to have a paradigm as far as what we give off. Are you giving off a slut vibe? You gonna
right.
Ooh,
gonna
ooh,
and
It's
track
probably
that
because
with your
it's probably
spirit?
what you
ooh.
got on. It's probably what type of clothes you got on. Cause you
Yeah,
know they got they
Mm,
walk around with their butt out.
yeah, but
And
what
I ain't got to look online. I could go out in the street and see that.
yeah,
mm.
it's just the law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff is just familiar. But what I'm saying is, if a woman calls me shady, I will probably look at her crazy because I don't give off shadiness, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the law of attraction. So I just think, like you said, we just need to have a paradigm and how we view love. And when you really love yourself, you want to illuminate it to the world. It is what it is. When you truly
That's a
love yourself,
fact.
you want to illuminate it because you know what self-love look like. You know what self-awareness look like. You know what self-care looks like. So I want you to get it. I want you to
Right,
get. I want to
right,
teach you how to get it. But
right.
I truly believe um the power of influence of media, the music. That's why our young black men are out there wanting to sell dope and getting shot up at 19. Spot them, we got them, and all the rest of them.
Yeah.
I
Right,
say
right.
this a lot. I say this a lot. We have to check our programming. We got
Mm,
to check who we talking to every day. We got to check what kind of music we listen to.
mm-hmm,
A peaceful mind needs peaceful ingredient.
mm-hmm.
A lovely mind needs a love type of ingredient. If you
Right.
only getting fed negative, 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 that's what you're gonna give off. So
Exactly.
And
it's important.
I think it got to be accepted too. The programming must be accepted. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? The
That's a
vessel must
fact.
accept everything that you were saying, Jason Wise. It must accept that. I agree with you too,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, man.
yeah, yeah.
And
That,
one thing before we leave, man, I wanna say, pertaining to what the sister was saying on the video, a lot of that comes with self accountability. You have to be able to self reflect and realize what your flaws are. You feel me? And then you need to. I'm an advocate for therapy. You need to go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? I've been a guy. I've been that guy that held anger in until I realized when I did so. You know what I'm saying? So, um,
Oh, we losing
Oh,
you,
he
John.
broke.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
lost him.
hey, that boy phone lost
yeah,
charge. I seen the text message.
yeah. Hey man, great show, y'all, man. Great show tonight. Which was this evening, afternoon, however you want to see it. Uh,
I'm sorry, I caught some difficulties in the middle.
it's all good. It's all good. We'll be good. We'll be good next week, next Sunday,
Next week or
guys.
something, baby.
New topics. We'll be back on
Oh,
next Sunday,
because
2 o'clock.
I want to talk about appearance too, because y'all were talking about what you wear. Like I had one girl tell me that, it doesn't matter what I wear. You know, like what you put on tells a topic about you. But I mean, that's another day, another dollar. But
And she gonna get mad when you turn into a caveman.
right. Because she wearing this little short skirt, booty all out with no panties. Oh, sorry about that.
Wait a minute, J. Rock.
But I have some conversations with the women, and it just, boy, I tell you, some of them just blow my mind with it. Like, but yeah, we'll get in there.
Yeah, man.
I enjoy it,
hey,
man.
y'all. Hey, next Sunday, 2:00. Hey,
yeah.
I'll be sending out the link. We'll be good to go. Like, we'll have a topic. We'll talk about that, Jared. You know, next time around.
Good topic, man.
All right, man.
Yes,
y'all be good and y'all enjoy your Sunday.
Have a good Sunday.
Happy Sunday, y'all.
Okay, so rough.